Next video, banned accessories in the NBA.
From getting fined for wearing a headband to losing millions of dollars, these are accessories that are banned from the NBA. In 2018, a new style of headband would be showcased in the NBA, but this would lead to a ban no NBA fan would want. Players like Jrue Holiday, De'Aaron Fox, and Jimmy Butler would make them soar in popularity. They were quickly given the name Ninja Headbands and became a fan favorite.
Do people really give a that much about the headbands?
Why did they ban these headbands? Well, you see, the NBA was concerned with the size and length, leading the league to have multiple teams and executives calling them a safety hazard.
A safety hazard? What, because the little part that goes down here, what the hell's gonna happen? Somebody's gonna yank it?
Unprofessional.
Unprofessional, dude. Who gives a shit?
Multiple NBA players and fans everywhere wanted their new favorite headband back. I mean, who wouldn't wear these things?
So now they're only allowed to what? Wear ones that are just like a straight wrap?
You see, the NBA forced their players to only wear the official NBA headband with their logo on it. And if you decided to wear a different style headband, you would immediately be fined. NBA players
fine you?
Were tired of losing their money and following a strict dress code. So, as a way to stand up to the NBA, players started wearing their headbands upside down.
Bitch, I'm gonna wear that shit inside out. Just wear it inside out.
This became popular around 2007, with Rajon Rondo being the main culprit, and he put his upside-down headband on display for the entire world to see, because the Celtics would make the finals in 2008 and 2010, and on average, the NBA Finals racks in over 10 million fans watching per game.
Alright, let's not act like this is like the biggest fucking standing ever. He wore his headband upside down, making a massive statement for over 10 million people to see. Dude, most people probably didn't even notice.
It was the 2010 season when the NBA put their
Oh my god, his headband's upside down!
The league went directly to Rondo to tell him to stop disrespecting their logo and wearing it upside down.
Bro, I would tell them to shut the fuck up.
So instead of flipping the headband around, he would do what any of us would do and completely stop wearing a headband altogether. But headbands aren't the only accessory the NBA doesn't want their players wearing, because our next item gave players an unfair advantage.
An unfair advantage? Something with your wrist, maybe? Is it a face guard?
A lot of players have worn face masks throughout NBA history, but there's only a handful that can truly say they were able to show off the black face mask. And one of the
How does that give you an unfair advantage?
first players to ever wear in a game was the Black Mamba. In the 2012 NBA All-Star Game, Dwayne Wade fouled Kobe trying to stop a wide open layup.
Oh, their nose, so they don't get hurt?
And although Kobe stayed in the game, he was later diagnosed with a fractured nose and a concussion. And for the next few games, Kobe would sport a clear face mask. But after trying it out, Kobe would show up wearing the black face mask that would later be banned by the NBA.
Why? How is that an unfair advantage? You're just protecting your face from getting broken. You can't see where their eyes go. Bro, that you're gonna read their eyes?
Following in Kobe's footsteps, Kyrie would drop 41 at Madison Square Garden in his own
I mean, maybe. I could see how that makes more sense than the fucking headband.
It was 2 years later when LeBron would unveil the best one yet.
You better get back.
He would walk out in an all carbon fiber black mask, matching the Heat's all black uniforms.
I mean, that one does kind of look fire. I was going to say the other ones, they kind of look stupid.
The NBA had enough of the new style. Just like before, the NBA was cracking down on stuff they didn't like. And the very next game, LeBron would show up wearing a clear face mask. ending the superhero Black Mask era.
Oh, so you're allowed to wear a face mask, you just can't wear a black one.
Everyone was wondering why the NBA would ban such a unique face mask, but technically they didn't ban it. The NBA just went to all the players who wore the black mask and requested that they switch to a clear one because they thought it was an unfair advantage for the defenders not being able to clearly see their eyes.
Bro! Do they actually read each other's eyes in the NBA? If you're defending, I'm not able to see where LeBron's eye is going. Like, I mean, they might, yeah. But I feel like you could still see his eyes.
They didn't like that the refs couldn't see players' facial
I'm
expression.
about to wear sunglasses. Pull up to the NBA game and fucking blacked out sunglasses.
Because technically it's not a rule and the NBA didn't ban it, players like Joel Embiid are still able to wear the black face mask like he did last season.
I mean, that shit looks more chrome.
They also banned two of the biggest brands in the entire world.
They banned Supreme.
It all started in 2017 when Supreme was taking over the fashion world. The brand would even make its way to the NBA, starting first with Wizards' Kelly Oubre Jr.
I love those videos. How they spent their first million. I love that.
And Oubre wanted to make a fashion statement in front of the entire world. He walked out of the locker room sporting a bright red Supreme sleeve on his right leg, making sure everyone could see it.
Is it like a sponsorship thing? Like they're not allowed to do that?
As soon as the first half ended, he was forced to take off the leg sleeve. But why? You see, the NBA wants nothing to do with giving these popular brands free exposure for millions of people to see. Not only is the NBA game on live television, Kelly has a...
if I'm them, if I'm the player in the NBA, I'm gonna say, yo, let's all agree to not fucking play. Oh my God, you're not allowed to wear your fucking clothes you want to wear? I get it because it's like, that shit's big as fuck, right? It's like, it's just Supreme down his leg. But like, should that be banned, chat? I will say if they allowed that, then some players might just start sporting like other logos and shit just so they could get paid more. And in all honesty, if you're an NBA player, you make enough money. But I don't really give a fuck.
And if he's gonna go viral, the NBA wants their logo all over him. Not some brand they're trying to compete with.
I mean, can you complain if you're making like 60 mil a fucking year? Like, how much does Kelly Oubre make? Kelly Oubre salary, $14.42 million per year. Yeah, if you're making 14 mil a year.
Now, Kelly wasn't the only player who got in trouble for wearing Supreme, because what this next player did was way worse. It all started as J.R. Smith wearing a black Supreme sleeve on his left arm. At first, the NBA didn't say anything, but when he wore it a second time, the NBA forced him to stop wearing it, threatening him with a fine.
Why is he allowed to wear it on his left arm but not his right?
Every single time he wore it. The NBA's decision forced LeBron to take it to his Instagram, where he shared it with his millions of followers. And as you can guess, no one liked how the NBA was handling this situation.
You think LeBron's son's gonna go pro? Didn't he get signed? Wait, did he get signed? No. How old is LeBron's son? He was named All-American, committed to college basketball for USC. Okay, so he's going to go to USC, but does he have to graduate from USC? No, right? Probably wouldn't go pro. I think he'd probably go pro. You really don't think he's going to go pro? The latest report said yes, he would. And NBA mock draft, he would be selected by the Orlando Magic in the 10th pick. He's not as good as his dad was. He's ranked nationally. That's what I was going to say, dude. If he's All-American, he's probably going to go fucking pro. He's too short. How tall is he? Jesus Christ. He's 6'3". How tall is LeBron? 6'9"? There is no way LeBron is 6'9". Bro, what?
JR decided to get a Supreme tattoo on his right leg.
He got a Supreme tat? Nah, they would have had to pay him for that.
And as you can guess, the NBA was furious and threatened to fine JR every single time he didn't cover up his tattoo.
Are you fucking kidding me? There's no way, bro, they would threaten to fine that motherfucker. No shot.
Because in 2018, Kanye West's brand Yeezy was on top of the world. You could find a pair of Yeezys in every shoe store in America. And of course, Yeezys would somehow find their way into the NBA. 2018 was the season the NBA lifted their sneaker policy. This would allow players to wear any color shoes and express themselves any way they wanted. So, why were Yeezys banned? Well, the shoes had a reflective heel, and while it made the shoes extremely bright, the NBA was concerned the shoes would not only distract the players, but the fans as well. So the Yeezy basketball shoe was banned before it could even make its
that shit looks dumb as hell anyway.
debut in the NBA. Now, NBA players make a lot of money, and they express themselves with expensive jewelry. I'm talking chains worth more than your entire house.
Dude, they have chains worth more than the average American would make in their life. Imagine owning a necklace that's more expensive than the average American's death net worth.
During the game is a completely different story. It all started in 1980, when the NBA saw a massive safety hazard with players wearing their chains during the games, and it was only becoming more and more popular. Players like Michael Jordan, Daryl Dawkins, and Dr. J made wearing chains during their NBA games popular. But while everyone loved the new style of gold chains and jewelry, the NBA only saw how players were going to get hurt. So while the NBA banned chains in games,
are you still allowed to wear it if it's for a religious reason? Because like when I would run track, they would make everybody take off their necklace, but if it was for something religious, you were allowed to. You still can't.
But bans aren't a new thing to the NBA, because one of the most notorious bans was made by David Stern. In 2005, David Stern made the NBA the first major sports league to have a dress code. He was tired of all the jewelry, baggy jeans, and t-shirts before games. I mean,
baggy jeans?
That clothing style was made popular by players like Allen Iverson, Carmelo Anthony,
but why does that matter?
And Paul Pierce. And Stern wanted nothing to do with the NBA's newfound style, so he took it upon himself to make a change. He required every NBA player to wear business casual attire to every game. And when players weren't listening to the new rule, they started receiving thousands of dollars worth of fines. Stern even came out and said if players are going to have a problem with the new dress code, they may want to think about their future playing in the NBA.
There's no way. Yo, you really think they'd kick out like LeBron if that motherfucker like wouldn't wear the right dress code? Bitch, I would fucking body you. I would be like, shut your bitch ass up. Like if Jokic, like dude, if he was like, yeah, I'm gonna pull up wearing some other shit, like they're not gonna kick that motherfucker out. They just keep doing it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if they fucking kicked out the top 5 NBA players, like they're gonna lose viewers. Bitch, I'll go play for the German league. All right, next video.